Hey folks, Carl Kishel here, and welcome to this edition of the Microsoft Cloud News Update, researching the cloud blogs so you don't have to. This week, we're going to cover some new announcements regarding Azure, Teams, and Azure Active Directory. We have a lot to cover this week, so let's jump right into it. Cross-region restore of Azure VMs now generally available. So when using Azure Backup, and the recovery service in the backup vault, that data would be saved in a primary region and also in an Azure paired secondary region. However, that data that was replicated to the secondary region was only available for restore if Azure declared a disaster in the primary region. If you enable this particular feature for Azure Backup and the cross-region restore, you can then initiate a restore from the secondary region at any time. So it doesn't matter if Azure has declared disaster in the primary region. So this is a brand new feature that's now generally available. Check out the link for more info. Soft delete for Azure file shares is now on by default for all new storage accounts. So this is now generally available. So any new storage account that was created after January 31st, 2021, you'll have a 7-day window for this soft delete functionality. So think of this as a recycle bin for files that are deleted from the Azure File Share service. Do note that you will be charged for soft deleted data within the snapshot meter charging mechanism. So you do have the ability to explicitly disable this if you want, and the link here provides more information on how to do that. Azure Firewall Premium is now in preview. So Azure Firewall has been a service that's been available within the Azure platform for a couple of years now. This Premium edition provides some new functionalities and capabilities. They're outlined here in the web page, such as TLS inspection, IDPS, web categories, URL filtering, and so on. And the blog post gets into details on how to turn this on. One thing I do want to point out regarding TLS inspection, so the Azure Firewall Premium will terminate outbound east-west TLS connections. If you're not familiar with TLS, that is an encryption mechanism for sending data across the wire, across the internet, and the cloud. So very popular in encryption protocol. So within the Azure Firewall, outbound will be inspected based on these capabilities. If you wanted to do both inbound and outbound for end-to-end encryption, you will need to use the Azure Application Gateway in conjunction with this new TLS inspection capability. And as always, check out the link for more info. Azure Front Door enhances secure cloud CDN with intelligent threat protection. So Azure has had a CDN, or a content delivery network facility, available for some time. So CDN is basically a networking capability to quickly send information, data, etc., content, videos, in a highly streamed, highly proficient manner, and with low latency, very scalable. We're talking millions and millions of users consuming data, etc., from the Azure cloud. So Azure's had a CDN for quite some time. With Azure Front Door, there are new capabilities available within the Azure CDN that are primarily wrapped around security. So if you were to scroll down through this blog post, the intelligent security protection capability is now available within Azure CDN through this Azure Front Door feature. So this is improved application security, bot management, uses Microsoft threat intelligence, built-in layer 3 and 4 distributed DDoS protection, etc. So it's a nice way to kind of wrap some additional security features within the CDN. Click on the link for more info on Azure Front Door. We have a couple of roadmap updates to share with you regarding Microsoft Teams. And the two links here to share with you are regarding the ability to disable or enable a single attendee's video. So getting down to the particular attendee level, this particular capability is currently in development, and the release is set for April of 2021. So this has been added to the roadmap for single attendee video. Speaking of Microsoft Teams, there are two new Power Apps within the Teams App Store that have been recently published and wanted to call to your attention. These two Power Apps are called Milestones and Bulletins. So you may be familiar with Microsoft Planner. The Milestones app is another way to manage and keep track of milestones, project milestones within the Teams environment. So if you're not a fan of Planner, or maybe you're not using that and want something a little more granular, the Milestones app could be something to check out. Also, there is the new Bulletins app, and this particular app is a really kind of cool and neat way to create news feeds within the Microsoft Teams environment. So check out the link for more info on how to add these apps to your Teams platform. Strengthening your hybrid identity with these new Azure AD Connect releases. So a lot of you may be familiar with Azure AD Connect. It's been around for quite some time. That's ability to synchronize on-prem Active Directory objects, user objects, and passwords into the Office 365 Azure AD Cloud. So there's some new capabilities within Azure AD Connect that recently went live, and also a new facility called Azure AD Connect Cloud Sync. So this blog post gets into some of the capabilities on what both of these products do and how they can benefit your organization. I think one of the bigger updates here regarding Azure AD Connect and the synchronization is the ability to now sync groups of up to 250,000 members, which is a pretty big leap from what the previously supported membership amount was. Also wanted to highlight, if you'll see this link in here, that there's a matrix or a comparison chart. So this is pretty helpful if you wanted to get more information on a comparison between Azure AD Connect and Cloud Sync. Keep in mind, as you go through this link, you'll see that there's some trade-offs between both. One of the biggest advantages of the Azure AD Connect Cloud Sync is the ability to connect multiple disconnected on-prem AD forests. That's something that Azure AD Connect doesn't provide. So that's a new capability within the new Cloud Sync tool. And you can go through the list here and see what's supported and what's not supported, but wanted to call out the multiple capabilities on the multi-forest support. But keep in mind, there's some drawbacks to the Cloud Sync. So for example, if you're doing write back regarding passwords, advanced customization for attribute flows, I think these are two pretty big ones. Those are only supported currently within the Azure AD Connect tool. So as always, click on the link for more detailed info on a comparison between the new Azure AD Connect and the new Cloud Sync tool. And last but not least, giving you a reminder for Microsoft Ignite. And Ignite will be an all digital event. So it will not be in person, as many of you already know. Registration is currently open. Microsoft Ignite is March 2nd through 4th, completely online. And you'll see the usual capabilities and speakers, all the way from Satya Nadella Scott Guthrie, Alex Klipman, etc. So expect to definitely hear a lot about Azure, Microsoft 365. And since Alex Klipman, he is one of our chief researchers in AI and virtual reality, augmented reality. I would suspect to hear some pretty big announcements around VR, AR, etc. So definitely check out Microsoft Ignite, register now. Pre-registering gives you the ability to interact and ask some questions in advance of the event with some of the speakers and community. Check out the link for more info. That concludes this edition of the Microsoft Cloud News Update. Please like, subscribe, share, get the word out. The more subscribers, the better. And appreciate your support of this channel and everything we do here to give you the most updated and pertinent information regarding Microsoft Cloud, both Azure, Office 365, and Microsoft 365. If you have any feedback, you can find me on either LinkedIn or Twitter @CarlFishel. So until next time, take care, have a great weekend, and we will see you soon.